Hello, stars, it's me, TwinklePhoenix. So before we get into today's episode of If Mafiafell, I want to put this at the start of each and every one of Chapter 7 to explain something. So if you were following along my playthrough and using my SANS romance route for Mafiafell as a guide, do not follow that guide. Well, at least not fully without this. When you hit Chapter 5, it turns out I actually missed over an important step that resulted in me getting myself soft-locked into a bad ending in Chapter 7 for all of my saves. So I'm going to show you guys what you do. It takes place in Chapter 5. So you can keep following my playthrough all the way to Chapter 4. But once you hit Chapter 5, do this instead, and then carry on from the rest of it, okay? So what I was supposed to do was relax at home. Meet was going to say to check up on Mr. Scott. He's the man that we saw outside, and he was crying because his son got shot and killed that one night. We're going to check up on him. We're going to ask him about his son. Inquire about Edward. Is that the only reason? Something tickles your mind, keep asking him stuff, and then your clues have been updated. Okay, after that, go and see Gaster. That's the only thing I was missing, and that is why I kept getting soft-locked. It turns out I didn't do that one step in Chapter 5. So, what is going to happen now is that we're going to now skip ahead to the end of each of the romance routes. And I'll be reading the end part again because certain ones have actually changed because I included this step. And then when we head into Chapter 7, I shouldn't get soft-locked by a blooming bad ending blocking me. We'll be back. When you arrive at your apartment, there are police there. Of course. It looked like there was a raid or something while you were at work. You tightly rub your eyes. You don't want to have to deal with this. But what choice do you have? You walk up to the do not cross tape and impatiently wait for an officer to come over to address you. The one that does is young, fresh-faced, and rarely asks you, "Yes, ma'am?" And you point to your apartment and explain that you'd like to cross to go home. "Yes, ma'am." The officer lifts the line. He has to escort you. You do not look at the fresh blood stains. It must have been a bloodbath to warrant police intervention, not only from your building, but the surrounding buildings. Lucky you for working. The officer takes you up the flight of stairs, and to your surprise, however, someone is waiting for you at your door. There's a warm tingling in your chest, and it's SANS. His eyelids zero in on you, and he growls out, "Where the fuck were you?" "I was where you told me to go. To work." And then, of course, I had friends, and then they took me out for a bit, and I explained, and we then went to put up posters, just the usual shenanigans. Friends, you lose track of time. You reflexively stiffen at his aggressive tone. Goes the officer, feeling extremely uncomfortable being caught in between a lover's tiff. "Scram!" Sam snaps at him. The officer does not need to be told twice. He leaves immediately. Sam makes a move to grab your arm. Pops tried to grab you, furious with what you did. You step out of his reach. "Do not," he warns. You ask him why is he upset with you. Are we really that surprised why he's upset? We were told to do something and we didn't do it. He must have been worried sick. "What do you mean? You weren't there. You weren't here, and this whole place has been shot up," SANS says testily. "Where the fuck were you?" Understandable, He goes and checks the workplace. You're not there. And then he comes here to the apartment and sees that it's been hit, and he's thinking, oh God, what if she was in amongst those that got killed? Or worse, what if she got kidnapped? "You were with your friend. You ditched work to hang out with some bozos?" SANS demands, his voice getting louder. "You also had something important to do." SANS snorts derivatively. "What's that?" "Hey, if you've been stalking me, my dear friend, then you probably already know what I've been up to." He leans in close to you, then apparently gets a whiff of something he doesn't like, and his eye sockets narrow. Right, we need to make some rules about sniffing me, okay? I need some boundaries here. One of my boundaries is don't go sniffing me without asking first. And his eyelids shrink into thin slits. He asks in a low, dangerous tone, "Who the hell touched you?" "What? You startle at the shift. You reek of men's cologne, he says roughly, grabbing your wrist. I can't even smell orange blossom on you anymore. He pulls you up to him, his expression dark and fierce. Who touched you? To be fair, I didn't really have much of a choice prior with some other touches, unless you're talking about when I got cuddled. Rossi and Cara exchange unreadable looks, and then they both wrap their arms around you. Hey, look, I needed a hug. I was in a dark, dark moment in my mind. I still haven't found my freaking brother. You hugged your friends, or more like they hugged you. And they both men? One is? Don't do it again. To be fair, did I tell them to hug me? No, they did it on impulse. What am I supposed to tell them? Whoa, hold it now. No hugging, no touching. Sorry, you can look but no touches. Even if technically we're only doing it to try and make me feel better. Too bad, no hugging. What? You feel confused? Why, you ask? You're not angry or anything, you just simply don't understand. The confusion in your tone is enough to make him frown. Understandable, he gets jealous, the poor bean. Sans shifts his weight side to side. Your calm demeanour and sincere perplexion throws him off balance, and he carefully thinks it over. Well, 'cause I don't like it, he says after a moment. What? Why? What about it upsets him? What do you mean, why? He scolds. No one should touch you, specifically not enough to get their cologne all over you. Hey, I didn't even know he was wearing cologne. You wanted to be able to hug your friends. It was really nice. Not mentioning, you wouldn't have this problem, would you, if Papyrus suddenly randomly hugged me, right? I don't think he wears cologne, though. Sounds that is narrow again. I can hug you. His hugs are different. How so? Well, you're my... You know, I like you romantically. I don't like them romantically in this route. There's a very difference between your hugs and their hugs, I can assure you. There's a really big different margin between the two. How you feel for him is different from how you feel for your friends. It's like comparing hugs. Hugging him to how you hugged your brother. Still, he presses. You don't understand why he's upset. If the smell bothers him, you can always take a bubbly bath. Because Sans waves his hand. Oh, fuck it. If you don't get it, just fuck it. He waves both of his hands and moves to march past you. No, don't walk away now. Please don't. There's no need. You move to catch his hand. You don't want him to leave him upset. No, quick, grab him. Sometimes he's impulsive. We gotta stop him. Stop him at all means. Sans stops at your hesitant grip on his jacket. You sincerely ask him to please say and help you understand. The combination of your genuine tone and pleading eyes makes him wince. He sucks in sighs. Twinkle, dollface, sweetheart, I'm not the kind of man who likes to share. Specifically on someone I'm sweet on, you understand? It's different, though. He had brothers. Does he not hug them? I do, he says evenly. You tell him that what you feel for your friends is similar. I understand that, he says slowly after a minute of silence. I don't like it. Why? 'Cause he's jelly. He's jelly. He don't... Poor piece of jelly. Sans gives you a long look, and he stares into your eyes so long that you can feel your soul swell with affection. His eyelids expand and soften. He steps close to you and gently cups your face. I want to be enough for you, he says quietly. I can take care of you. Whatever you need, whatever you want. I can provide it. I know you can. You smile is small and soft as you look up at him. Sans bends down to sweetly kiss you. You make my head fuzzy, little lady, he says. Sorry. It's okay. You can try to refrain. You're just like, no, Cara, we may like chocolate, but that's as far as you go. No going past this, the do not touch line. No, just let me meet him for you. Do it next time, okay? Oh, just in case he's like, maybe it's a rival, maybe somebody's going to try and smooch on my sweetheart, which technically Cara was trying to. Cara said some stuff, but I'm not going to let him know. You agree to do that. He kisses you again. That's my gal. He kisses your nose and your forehead. I'm glad you made it back safe. You too. He chuckles at that. Get some shut-eye. I'll talk to you tomorrow. You're looking forward to it, and it's time to end your day. You're glad you can finally go to bed, completely spent from the long day. Memories bleed into your dreams again. Oh God. Oh, it's Lauren's music. It's okay, folks. Don't worry. It's nothing to worry about. It's just Lauren's. You smell the booze before you hear the door open. Oh, wait. That's not good. Wait, is Lauren's drunk? Am I drunk? Who's drunk? Is anybody drunk? It's late in the night, almost morning when you hear it. You stayed up late to work on an essay. You procrastinated. You looked up from the kitchen table to see Lauren stumbling in. Is he drunk? He shuts the door and slumps to the floor again. You get up and hurry over to him. He stares numbly at his hands. Oh god, did he kill someone? What happened? You squat beside him and reach out to cup his cheek. They're flushed. He reeks of sauce and cigar. Huh? Your brow frowns as you frown. Lawrence isn't one to drink. He's never been drunk in his life. Too afraid to end up like Pa. You ask him what happened. Pearson took me out to hide he mumbles. His pink eyes continue to stare at his hands. I did something bad, Starlight. Really bad. Did he kill someone? Oh, was this the first time Lawrence had to kill someone? Oh my god, did he kill someone for the very first time? Because normally, the first time is really bad for them. You ask again what happened. Lawrence shakes and his eyes turn glassy. I killed someone today, Twinkle. His tears spill out of him. He takes a trembling breath. I shot him. A man is dead because of me, Starlight. He buries his face in his hands. I never wanted to hurt anyone. Oh. He continues, his speech slurred. Never ever. Never ever. Oh. You move to sit beside him, uncertain what to do. What can you do? Why did you kill him? Was it, necessary? Did he have, no other choice? Was person trying to kill him? Is this important? Should I keep this in mind? Who's Peterson? Who's Peterson? Also, wait, my brother killed someone. Could this possibly be the reason why my brother's missing now? You know your brother better than anyone else. If he killed someone, it was for a good reason. You tell him it's okay. You tell him he's okay. It's not okay, he blubbers. Understandable, stop telling him it's okay, he killed someone. Starting to sob, more and more tears run down his cheek and his bottom lip trembles as he fights to contain himself. I shouldn't. What happened though? I don't know why it happened in the first place. You open your arms and your brother pulls you close into a hug. His tightened face, and you can feel his entire body shake. You pat his back as he drunkenly weeps into your shoulders. You ask him to explain more about what happened. He was gonna shoot me. Well, hey, if he raised the gun first, that's understandable then, Lawrence. I ain't judging you. If he tried to kill you first, it's fine. You need to do what you need to do to keep yourself alive too. Why was he trying to shoot you? Lauren hiccups. I panicked. I didn't. He did good then. I didn't! You reinstated that he did good. You gently pat the back of his head. If you have to stay safe, then so does he. No matter what it takes, no matter the cost. You tell him you'll keep your end of the bargain so long as he keeps his. Oh god. Is my brother alive? My brother's alive, right? He has to be alive. God, what have they done to Lawrence? Is Lawrence being held captive? Oh, Jesus Christ. Twinkle, you shush him. It's okay to cry. He taught you that. It's okay to be upset. He imparted that lesson to you, but more importantly, it's okay to live, you whisper to him. It's okay to come home. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Yeah, where the hell are you, Lawrence? Come home. We want you home. I don't care if you've killed, you mass murdered people. Look, I'll take you in, even if you end up being a serial killer. Just don't kill me. And I don't think you can kill my skeletons anyway, so... They're pretty badass. But I love you no matter what. Even if I smell of blood? Who cares? Even then. Lawrence cried a lot that night. Aww. So it was the first time he ever killed someone. No wonder he got traumatized. So that was... was that before he went missing? Obviously it was before he went missing, but did he solve cold cases after that? Or was this to do with him solving a cold case? Did someone come to kill him? Why did they try to kill him? My poor brother is traumatized. Oh, Detective Peterson. Oh god, another detective. This one better not disappear. Freaking Robert's dead in a box, so I don't hold much hope for any other ones. Oh god, is he gonna die too? Hopefully he doesn't. Hopefully he's going to be fine. You never know. I guess we're going to read this. Sorry about that. That was my friendship route, Lawrence route, rendering in the background. That's what that big boom sound was. That was just letting me know that it was done. Okay. Clues. Who did he kill? Who did my brother kill? What did you find, Lawrence? What did you get yourself into? Clues. "5 years ago, the deathly beast came, the monster who began 5 years ago. Lawrence disappeared 5 years ago." What has the deathly beast got to do with Lawrence? Dr. Rose. 2 years ago. What if Dr. Rose is collecting the hearts for something? I keep thinking that maybe the Dr. Rose characters is collecting the hearts because, like, in, like, the original, like, Underfell and stuff, they were collecting, like, souls and things. Obviously to power up the barrier, but that's not the case here. So what else could they use it for? What else could the use of souls be? Well, I'm assuming it's souls. Or does it mean actual organ hearts? Yeah, it's the actual organs. So what could they be using those for? Okay. Let's continue. Okay. Chapter 7. Detective Peterson. We just heard about Detective Peterson. Apparently he was mentioned by Lawrence just now. That's right, Lawrence, no matter what he did, no matter what he didn't do, he would always come home to you. He told you he hated taking lives. That's good. That's brilliant. That's great to hear that he hated taking lives. He said he felt sick with each one done on the job. He wept throughout the entire night, mourning the piece of his heart lost with the dead man. Oh, bless. Come morning, he was back to his sunshiny self, as if the light let him distance himself from what he did. You sit up in bed and glance out your window. You don't know how to take a life. You only ever learned how to get hit instead of doing the hitting. Lawrence thought about teaching you to fight, but after he killed a man on the job, he made you swear up and down to never do it. Lawrence, so if something tries to kill me, I'm not allowed to kill it. Got it. No genocide for me. Understandable. Great. Fantastic. SANS? Yeah? You'll have to do it for me. Sure thing. Yay. I'll do it for you, he says. I never want you to feel this way, Starlight. So you run. Lawrence, I don't need you to do the killing. Don't worry, I've got SANS with me. SANS can do it. SANS a professional. I mean, he's not a professional killer, but he does kill people. Just comes with the job. Yes, it does. You're good at running, and if running makes your brother feel better about your safety and well-being, well, it's no issue for you. Are you kidding? I hate running, though. You stared down at the street below you. Late night, you did not have much of a chance to look over the neighborhood. Raids hadn't been common in your area for years, but you're no stranger to death and destruction. Ha! For years, huh? And all of a sudden, it's like really starting to happen quite frequently, isn't it? It's very peculiar. Your hands curl into fists. It's hard to say if you're numb to it or accumulated. That is bad, the fact that if you've gotten used to it. Your life had been filled with violence, except for the periods where it was just you and Lawrence. For a handful of years, you got to experience what life could be like in a safe spot with family who loves you. And then it was taken away. You do what you must to get it back. Oh, God. I hope we find Lawrence when Lawrence is alive, man. You linger in bed. It takes considerable effort to drag yourself out. You start your day like any other. You drink your chocolate mint, admire your yellow roses. Don't admire those wretched things. Don't. Throw them away. And get dressed to go running. Stepping out of your apartment, you notice it's oddly quiet. That is concerning. I don't like when it's oddly quiet. I really don't. That makes you think like birds stop singing when there's predators around. Or the magpie, at least in our garden, starts screaming blue murders to warn the other birds that there's a cat. Or like something else that's going to eat them out there. You could hear someone moving around about the apartment. Even if you no longer have immediate neighbours, the walls are thin in the hallways. It's dead silent as you go down the stairs. Is anyone left? Oh God, did they kill almost everyone in there? The only other person in this area you would mourn if dead is Daisy. Oh God, I hope she's alright. She used to stay in this apartment complex before she moved out to live above her flower shop. Oh, smart woman. You don't recall seeing her area hit on your way home or when you were putting up posters, but it wouldn't hurt to check. You swing by her shop on the way to work. A thought occurred to you when you reached the bottom stairs. William Scott, the kindly old man across the street. While not as close to you as Daisy, he's someone you know, and you doubt anyone would think to check on him. His family is dead, just like you. His family is dead. Yours is just missing. Oh yes, my character tried to think there, huh? You were thinking it, weren't you? MC, shut up. I can think possibly might be dead, but you're not allowed to. You could stop by his apartment before you run, or after you run, since it's only across the street. He's dead. He has to be dead, right? He's probably dead. Stop by before your morning run. You adjust your cap and walk across the road. He's probably dead. There's no way they didn't, hit him, right? If he was... I don't want to think that he's died, but I feel like he is. The door to the apartment building offers no resistance when you open it. It creaks loudly, and when you fully opened it, it falls off the... Oh, Christ. That's not good. Oh, he's dead. If it falls off the hinges, he's freaking dead. It clatters to the ground, hardwood floor. A moment of silence. A portly man steps out from one of the apartments down the hall. The floorboards creak under him. He had a cherub face and wispy hair. He squints at you. Fuck are you? You explain you're here to see Mr. Scott. Family? Friend of the family. Close enough, he says. He nods his head at you and beckons you over. You quietly walk over and the man holds out a hand to you and you shake it. Arnold, I'm the landlord. Arnold, I'm getting all these freaking people now. I need to add him now to my freaking list of possible culprits for things. You introduce yourself. I see you and you're a tenant across from the street. You nod. He pulls his hand away and turns to Mr. Scott's apartment. He opened the door. It was on lock. Wait, why? You already know what happened then, he says. Oh God, he's dead. He's dead. He says, and your blood goes cold as you start to mess. If you got things, take 'em. What remains is getting tossed tomorrow. Oh God. They're so used to this that they don't even wait anymore. They just toss it all out straight away. Oh, blooming neck. Seriously. Really, he's like, oh yeah, the guy only died last night, but don't worry, take whatever you need and then we're just going to toss everything out tomorrow. What about cordoning off the area? Oh yeah, you can't trust the police, can you? Never mind. He starts to walk away. I've got some other apartments to start cleaning out. Take care. Oh God, step inside. Is he in there? He's been taken away, right? Is he dead in there? Oh God. Mrs. Scott home looks like a fisherman's dream. It's painted ocean blue with many pictures of the sea hung up. There are fishing poles stacked against the wall, and the shelves are filled with various sea chantry memorabilia. The smell of sea salt from his salt rocks in the glass tube near the door used to tickle your nose, but all you smell is sweet copper. Oh God. Oh God. It's not much. One splatter that covers the entranceway. A single bullet to the head would do the trick. Mr. Scott, that wearily old man, must have opened his door and been greeted with a gun. From the height your eyes narrowed as you looked at the bits and pieces of brain on the back wall. Oh! But his son got shot in the back of the head. Are you kidding? He dies the same way. Only time this one is straight in the head. What? Why? What did he do to you? Ugh. Gross. Ugh. No, I don't. No. Come on, he was harmless. Gore. It must have been a headshot. As far as death goes, that was painless as it can be. Ugh. You rub your hands together and step over the blood. Why? Why him? Why these apartments? You can follow the train of thought for the last raid here. They lost a shipment of humans for whatever reason, for whatever cause, and so they've been taking your men across the city to fill their quota. Why men? Why specifically young men? What is about the men? The young men. Young men. Lawrence was a young man. That doesn't seem right. No, why is it only men? Able-bodied men are not that common victims for human trafficking. Women for sex trafficking, children for the, well, everything. Young men, they're most likely to fight back and win. They'd be a hassle every step of the way. Why target them? Yeah, that's what I don't understand. Why the men? Why is the Vi family so determined to fill a quota that they get their own piggy banks to meet it? That doesn't make sense. There must be some reason for it. What does the men have that's in common? That's what the men in these apartments, the families get their money from people like them. What could make them desperate enough that they cut open their people and ruin their cash flow? Mafias are greedy. They sell their mothers to make a profit. There's no way that there's enough of a profit to be made on targets who could cause so much issue. And the Birch family is dead. This stinks. This whole situation stinks. What if they're all connected? They have to be connected. It makes no sense otherwise. The Mafia needed men for some hidden power? The police constantly clean things up, and the Birch Eyes murder? Okay, I know the Birch Eyes murder was technically because of wingerdings, so that one's been made sense of. Police are covering up stuff because they don't want people to know what's going on. Hidden power, though. What if there's a hidden power pulling for all of this? You have no evidence, you have nothing to prove this line of thought, but something in your gut tells you you're right. Lawrence always trusts his gut, just as firmly as you trust your soul. You are no detective. This isn't your fight, but it's a thought, a consideration. What you talking about? It is our fight. Our brother went freaking missing and something to do with all these freaking malarkey. So yes, this shadowy power, if it even exists, demands able-bodied men, has control of the police, and murders the Birch heir. Well, we know who murdered the Birch heir. That was wingerdings. Why would wingerdings want the abled men? Because the one thing here, now it's hinting me to think it's something to do with wingerdings, because wingerdings murdered him. The heir. We know it was wingerdings. We saw the scene that suggests it was wingerdings. Why would... You stared at the blood-stained walls. That power is what got Mr. Scott killed. It got a lot of people killed. For some reason, power, money, fame. Your lips curl back in disgust. What reason does a father hate a child? What reason does an officer starve a prisoner? Why does a doctor cut out hearts? No reason is ever good enough. Well, for hearts, you could have like heart donations and stuff like that, but maybe there's some other reason. The only reason No, I can't. We're on SANS' route. I can't go being nosy. So I've got to hold my tongue. I can't go into it. The detective side of me wants to start saying stuff, but I can't. I need to control myself to Lawrence's route. You stare at the bloodstained walls. Oh. You whisper a quiet apology to the stain that was Mr. Scott. Oh, that is messed up. Oh, that is so messed up. Oh, my word. You are not a detective. You can't even find your brother, let alone offer Mr. Scott's closure by finding out who did this to him. I'm pretty sure we will find out who did this to him, and we will probably find our brother. We should become a detective after this. You're sorry. I thought you ought to know, he says. Decent souls like yours are a rarity. Promise you'll be mindful. You let us slow breath. You have to keep yourself safe, okay? You made a promise to both of them. Mindful and safe. That's the best you can do. What does it mean by mindful, though? Mindful of what? Mindful of my choices? A decent soul like yours are a rarity. I'm very concerned. I feel like someone's going to want to soul. And who are you? Oh, who's this? Oh dear, there's something else here. I can explain. I didn't do it. You turn to the voice. It belonged to someone standing in the entranceway of Mr. Scott's home. You see a young man with sleek back blonde hair, an expensive suit and pale blue eyes staring at you. Oh my god, it's Draco Malfoy. What is he doing here? And this is Lucius Malfoy. Either way, it sounds like either of them. He's accompanied by Another young man, in equal expensive suit. He looks you up and down, as if you're a rat. Oh, I'd freaking punch him, man. Don't look at me like that. He quirks an eyebrow. An interesting rat, then. Oh. You ask him the same thing. Don't you recognize me? He asks. Not surprising, you look like you live in this area. Oh, you want to start something, blondie? You stare coldly back at him, your expression unchanged. Edward, blind. Yeah, you're definitely blind. You don't know a good thing when you see it. He says, as if the name should mean something to you. It does. The first name Edward is the name of the rich boy that Mr. Scott's son Ronnie would hang around with. Oh, bloomin' heck. Blind is the surname of the police commissioner. Oh, dear. The blind family being control the police force for generation has close ties to... well, really, they do they? It was curious then that someone so important would bother to visit Mr. Scott. You politely introduce yourself with a fake name. It's the name of a boy who worked on the pier who has your hair colour. Robert gave you that name when you came into the city. He told you to always pick a name of someone else who can pass as you. Easier to disappear from others who look for you. Oh, that's smart. Well done, Robert. Drop it in the box. We will miss you. You tell him you're a friend of Mr. Scott. You ask him if he's here to see Rooney. Edward looks surprised. Yeah, I heard this place got hit. Wanted to check up on my old friend. Rooney is dead, as is Mr. Scott. Edward looks at the blood behind you. So I see. All right, let's leave, boys. If you can't just leave. Get back here, you little blonde shit. Edward sighs loudly. What? Oh my God. Edward might have more information about the situation. You remember the only story Mr. Scott told you about him was how Edward showed how something horrifying to Rooney, the deathless beast. He showed him the deathless beast. Oh yeah, he did, didn't he? Damn it though, Rooney's dead though, so I can't even get information what it is. Or who it is. But again, I'm half expecting that to be Wingerdings, but that wouldn't make complete sense. What is the deathless beast? Deathless beast. Something that cannot die. Is that why we need hearts? Is the hearts used to like make the thing keep functioning? If Edward had a connection to the Mafia's infamous hitman or monster or whatever, he has enough power to have information. Any information is good information. You can do this. Do we have to? You can get out of him. Do we have to? Think of your time with the Black Swan. You know his type. Arrogant, spoiled, delusional. An idiot. You know what to do, so you do it. I like your watch. Rolex, right? It looks nice, you say. Edward blinks in surprise and he turns back at you to smile at you. Yeah, good eye for watches. It's a beauty, says one of the men beside him. I wish I had one like it. Oh God, they're freaking fangirls. As the other, Edward sniffs smug. My dad bought it me at 31 for every day in a month. What? He bought me 30, one for every day in a month. What, you spoiled little shit? Do you know how expensive Rolex it is? Also, that's weird that he's able to get him that many. That's peculiar. He's got a lot of money. There's something dodgy going on with the police force. We knew it was before, but that's something that's not right. That's not right. That's not supposed to be a thing. Doesn't matter. I don't care. This little spoiled little brat here. Rolexes are way too expensive for a police commissioner's, paycheck. Absolutely freaking not. I call bull. This screams Vermeer to me. It shouldn't. Your father must be proud of you. You say, just suck up to him. Edward rolls his eye. Naturally. Why are you saying that, though? It's what Mr. Scott told me. Mr. Scott adored you. Yeah, whatever. He grins at you. That's right. He always gave me a rough time, but he's that kind of guy. Edward steps toward you with his hand in his pocket. He tell you anything else about me? He told me you were a little shit. Oh, God. He always looked forward to each of your visits, you lied. Edward eats up your lies like the stupid little sucker he is. You add on to them. You fabricate the illusion he wants to hear. He wants to feel loved and admired by the man who acted like he hated him. And Mr. Scott did hate him. Edward didn't need to know that yet. Not if it means opening up to you. Slowly, casually, sweetly. You steer the conversation into his friendship with Rooney. You got a good feel for what Edward wants, and so you heap praises and compliments. Oh God, do I have to suck up to him like a sponge? Oh, this is repulsive. Until you get the meat out of what you want to know. You ask Edward about a time Rooney came home scared. You tell him that Mr. Scott knows Edward would never endanger Rooney on purpose. You tell him Mr. Scott was simply worried about Edward since Edward didn't come around much after that incident. Wouldn't he tell you what happened? You'd like to put Mr. Scott at ease with the truth. That time, huh? Goes Edward. Yeah, that was rough. Took Rooney to see the beast. What do you mean the freaking beast? The deathly beast. You know it? It's the very same. It's prime entertainment. Deathly beast. He has the power to visit it. There's nothing a blind can't do in this city, Edward says with a cocky smile. Rooney got spooked by it. Can't blame him. Thing's a nasty monster. Edward pulls out a pocket watch. Wait. We got a pocket watch from our grandfather. We got a watch. A magical watch. Why do we have a magical watch? Nah, probably your grandfather's nothing to do with this. Nah, no way, it's just a cute little detail. That's all that is. There's nothing to do. Well, I must be going, he says. Sorry to hear about Mr. Scott and dear old Rooney. Do send a message to the station when the funeral's arranged. I'll, send flowers. You watch him leave. Nothing a blind can't do. Another thought occurs to you. What if it's not the mafia who owns the police, but the police who own them? They put his head in a box. Stop bringing up Robert, please. For the love of God, leave Robert out of this. I can't. It's Robert, please. Stop bringing up Robert. Oh, God. If you go for your frickin' morning run, you return home, eat, take a bubbly bath, get dressed, and head out for work. You make a quick stop at Daisy's on the way to make sure she's okay. Truly, the elderly woman is perfectly fine. Thank frickin' Christ, she's fine. Daisy greets you with that warm smile of hers. Twinkle, my daffodil lover, how are you? I heard your neighbour had it rough last night. Are you okay? You reassure her you're okay. You came to check on her, actually. Aren't you a doll? She says. Come, sit. How have you been? How do you answer that? You think of SANS and you smile. Huh? You thinking of me? Of course I am, SANS. I need to. A lot of stuff just went down there with this little shit Edward. Ugh, my God. Daisy's eyes brighten. My, what a smile, daffodil lover. Who are you thinking of? You hesitate only for a moment. You're not against telling Daisy. You simply don't know the right words. Sans says, well, you're awfully sweet on him, aren't you? He's sweet on you, too. You tell Daisy you met someone loud, charming, and who makes your heart jump right off your chest, quite literally, because he can do that. Daisy gasps. She says, enthusiastically pats on the counter. Tell me everything. Where did you meet? At the Black Swan. He noticed you and was waiting for you outside after your shift. Have you gone on a date? Yes. Did it end well? Very well. Daisy reaches forward to affectionately give your cheeks a couple of pinches. Ah, Jesus, no, but Daisy, stop. You sweet thing. You look smitten as can be. What's he like? He must be a gentleman. Well, he can be a gentleman, but he can also be quite violent. He technically killed me and put me in a coma in his bad ending. He makes you laugh as often as he makes you nervous. In a good way, you think. Suave, says Daisy. You're happy with him? Yes. Oh, then that's the most important thing. And that he treats you well, of course. She leans on her elbows on the counter. I guess no blind dates for you. You never agreed to a blind date. And here I was worried you stay alone forever, she teases. You remember our deal? It takes you a moment to think. Isn't it enough, though, agrees Daisy. I love making bouquets for weddings when you get married. I like to do... Let me do the... I thought she'd remember. Are you venue right? You giggle and you tell Daisy there's still some time away. Time can be funny, says Daisy. Could pass by in a blink of an eye. She looks out her shop window. Sighs, with the way the city is going, a lot of young'uns will jump into matters sooner than most. Life while Live while you can is what they say, and she gives you a wink. As long as you don't elope, I want a wedding for you. Something magical. You deserve no less. You don't want to get married without your brother. Well then, for Christ's sake then, Lawrence. You need to be alive. I do? Yes, Lawrence, you need to be freaking alive. Otherwise, I'm not getting married to SANS, and I kind of want this freaking wedding. Darkpetals, please tell me there's going to be like a wedding scene. Or just something, or like a proposal, please. Please, tell me it's going to be something along those lines. Also, Lawrence, you better be freaking alive, or I will murder you myself. I will find your spirit, and I will murder you. Or I will just make you into, you know what, I've got a sprite that's a ghost. You can be Ghost Lawrence then. And then you won't be dead. But you better be alive. But, wait, actually, do I want him to be alive? What if he's in a situation, like, what if they've done something to Lawrence where he's in the fate worse than death? Oh god, what if they've actually done something really bad to Lawrence? Oh god. Oh god, now I'm thinking Oh, no. This is what happens when I play If Mafiafell after playing If Undertale. Oh. Oh. Winging says freaking bad endings came back to me. I'm thinking, oh god, how messed up. Well, they're already cutting open, like, bodies in this already with hearts and stuff. Oh god. Oh my god. Is this like a real monster? What if it's an amalgamation? Oh god. Lawrence better not be like a freaking amalgamation or something now. No. It's fine. Go away, shoo. Get out of here. Weird, creepy thoughts. Go away. Stop overthinking. Leave it for the Lawrence route. You give her a smile. She doesn't understand how stubborn you are. It won't be indefinite. It won't be forever. You will find him. You and Data chat for several more minutes before you leave for work. The air in the Black Swan feels darker than normal. Why is it darker? What happened now? You brush past the patrons and enter the back room, and Jennifer is fiddling with her waitress uniform. You casually greet her. Hey, she mumbles without looking up. You ask if she's okay. Yeah, things are kind of crazy in the city, huh? These things happen. They shouldn't happen, she says. One of my classmates was at a laundromat. There was a drive-by. No survivor. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, jeez, I'm so sorry, Jennifer. God, a drive-by is so bad. That means they just shot through the windows and... Oh. I'm so sorry. She looked up at you with glassy eyes. They say some of the mafios are randomly targeting shops. What if they do it here? God. This place doesn't have windows, and it's not owned by a monster. You doubt they would do that. Yeah, if they freaking do that, Papyrus will 100% murder them. You do not mess with Papyrus and his workspace. Also, if they do anything to Baby Bones, 100%, they will have hell rain down from them. Wingedings will not take it sitting down. SANS definitely will not. SANS will be after them like a freaking demon out of hell. Absolutely. No one messes with our Baby Bones. Agreed. I won't tolerate such behavior. Least of all making messes. Like you lot did in the kitchen. Like, that would be really stupid. That'd be death wish if they do that. Jennifer shivers. It's insane. It's like they've gone completely crazy. The Bush and the Vire are trying to destroy each other, but are ruining the city and they're... Yeah, we're getting dragged in because they think the other one killed, the heir. Because of wingedings. Because it was made to look like the other family did it, so that way they would go fighting at each other and killing each other. You reach forward and give her arm a squeeze. It's scary, she whispers. I don't want to die. You tell her if she feels unsafe in working here. No, Jennifer pauses. Yes, I do, but I don't want to quit. Not a lot of places willing to hire a student, a woman on the top of that, and have flexible hours. I just wish the situation would go away. It's Dr. Rose all over again, except I think it's worse this time. It is worse. Poor baby girl. Wow, I actually care about one of my coworkers. What the hell? Oh, yeah. You and Jennifer focus on work. Poor baby. It's much slower today than normal. Not surprising given everything that's going on. The families are at war with another. The Black Swan was previously seen as a neutral ground, but now you see no mafioso in attendance. You doubt you'll see any of them here for the duration of what's going on. Normally quiet shifts are nice, but this feels like listening to a time bomb ticking. Where will it blow? Or when will it blow? Who will get caught in the crossfire next? It's unsettling and you leave for home. This repeats for a few more days. Oh. Every day you hear of another area being hit. Bloomin' heck! Look! Hey, you two mafia families, yeah, you two over there. Vias and Birches. Look, if you want to fight each other, go outside of town and go do a shootout out in the freaking field somewhere. Go do it where nobody can see you. Just sod off, go over there. Stop dragging in some people in, my god. The body count is intense. A couple of days ago after work, Papyrus makes it a point to escort you home and Heidi encourages you to stay put. He says he's doing it on behalf of SANS, who's become swamped with work. You're grateful for the escort. Oh god, yeah, because then Papyrus has to, really be on the ball here. Even with the extra protection, you don't dare dolly in the streets. Everyone is on edge. It's like you're back to being a child and walking on eggshells. It's suffocating. Like with any upset in the city, it will pass. Hopefully. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. On your way to work, you're stopped by someone. Kiddo. Hello? The gruff, raspy voice gets your attention, and you feel that it is directed at you, and so you pause and look around. Who's calling me kiddo? You see a scruffy old man in a suit, trench coat, and a suit hat. He has dark circles under his eyes, and a lit cigarette in his mouth, and a rough beard. He looks exhausted and familiar. Detective Peterson. Oh, hello. Detective Peterson was the lead detective in Rune City. What do you mean, was? He was the one who trained Lawrence, and recommended Lawrence as his replacement when he retired. Oh dear. You met him several times years ago. He is the closest thing to a mentor Lawrence had. You hadn't seen him in years. He looks every bit as grouchy and old as you remember. You grew up. Yeah, well, I'm not going to stay short and tiny. Okay, I will stay short. But I'm not going to stay like a baby forever, you know. I eventually do have to grow up, sir. Yes. Not at my hips anymore. I probably would be. Your lips twitch at that. Detective Peterson sponsored Lawrence throughout the academy. He met him shortly after you and Lawrence moved to the city, so you were still heavily malnourished. Oh god, that must have been quite the sight. You tell him that having more than one meal a day helps with that. He takes a drag from his cigarette. Imagine so. What's he doing here? Here for you. Wait, why are you here for me? He says. Time for coffee. I don't have coffee. I am strictly a chocolate milk person. You've never missed a day of work in your life, but before this, you make an exception. You're not following. I don't think this is a good idea. This is not a good idea. Why have you come out of the woodwork? What's going on? Why are you here? Why weren't you here 5 years ago when Lawrence went walkies? It's evening by the time Detective Peterson leads you to dinner. Wait, hold on. Didn't I also promise SANS that I wouldn't interact with anyone without him knowing first? Will this come back and bite me in the butt later? Will SANS get angry again? Gosh darn it, I'm gonna make my freaking husbando angry. No, we don't want him being aggressive bean. No. The lamppost glows ominously. Oh god, no. As the two of you enter. The diner is small. Do we have to be in a diner? It's on the corner of a popular street with massive No. Don't go to a diner with massive windows. When you know there's people doing shootings and stuff around, why would you go in a place that has gigantic massive windows? Why is there such an emphasis on the freaking windows here? I have a bad feeling. I don't want to be here. Several table booths are built into the windows, and the front section of the diner has a mid-height counter with stools. It's the type of place for men and women who get off late to grab a cuppa, a joe or a greasy meal before heading home. There was even a couple of families at the booth. Detective Peterson and you take a booth near the back. Oh, thank goodness. He slides in on one side and you slip on the opposite of him. A waitress in a short uniform comes over. Can I get you two something? Anything? Coffee, he says, and looks over at you. You? You order a chocolate milk. The waitress nods and leaves. Some things never change, huh? Says Detective Peterson. Yeah. You ask the detective what he wants. He hadn't reached out to you before. Had nothing to add, he says. Not till now. What do you mean? Visiting Rob's mum. Oh, for freaking heck. Can we please stop bringing up Robert in the box, please? He mumbles. He takes a long drag of his cigarette. She passed not long ago. Oh, well, I'm so freaking sorry to hear that. I hope she died of, like, normal means. Detective Peterson pulls out an envelope from his jacket and he sets on the table. It's unopened. Your brow frowns as you look at it. It's dated 5 years ago. The handwriting is familiar. You inhale sharply. Robert sent this to his mum. For he went died. Robert sent this to his mum before he went and died, says the retired detective. She got it after she was phoned that he died. Oh, God. Oh, God, and she didn't have the heart to freaking open it. Are you freaking kidding me? Your eyes are glued to the letter. She didn't have the heart to open it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Of course she did. Of course she went into a coma after a ride and then she passed last month. That freaking sucks. Chief called me to help check for any old case files at her home, he says. Saw the date. He didn't open it? Can't, he said. Sealed. See the wax seal on it? You nod. Made with magic. Oh, what is up with this bullshit? With using magic around here. He says, trick I taught him and Lawrence. Someone else tries to open it, then it ain't for them. Whole thing burns up. Rob had enough magic in him to make stuff like that. Well, that's freaking unfortunate. Pearson chuckles meekly. Would have lived longer as a mage instead of a dumbass detective. So, in other words, he's saying that if Robert hadn't been a detective as well, he would have lived longer. He wouldn't have died. At least not in that freaking demented way. Detective Pearson's face cloves over briefly with grief, and he coughs to clear it away. A mask of stoic coldness back in place. Well, in Tibet, he says, that ye can open it. The two of you were working together to find Lawrence, weren't you? Yes. Rob shared his findings with you? Some of them. It's either you or no one left on this earth, he says. I'm betting on you, kid. Okay. You reach forward and take the envelope. Your hands are trembling when you realize this was sent the day he was taken. Oh, God, this could be it. This could be your breakthrough. What did you see, Robert? Please stop asking Robert what he frickin' saw. What was so important that they had to take you, had to kill you, that you didn't have time to tell? No. That was too dangerous to say out loud, too terrifying, too risky to do anything else but send a letter to someone outside the city. What did you find, Robert? You grip the edge of the envelope and tear it open. It doesn't catch fire, and the window shatters beside you. What the shit? Was somebody just freaking waiting to shoot at me? Wait, detective, did someone... The freaking detective's dead, isn't he? The detective came with a letter. Somebody's covering up everything to do with Lawrence. I'm not supposed to find Lawrence. If I find Lawrence, I'm going to get killed. There's a warm tingle in your chest, and you're already diving under the table, but not before you see Detective Peterson's head explode. Oh! Brain, blood, and saliva and skull fragments shoot out and cover your face as you move under the table. Oh, God. Window after window shatters from gunshot. That's way too freaking convenient for them just to happen to hit this place at the same time he just happens to be in there. You hide under the table as you mutely stare at the lower half of Peterson's body. Men, women, and children fall around you, screaming, piercing the air louder than the gunshots that make your ears ring. There's a warm tingle in your chest, and you can't stay under the table any longer. It's dangerous to linger, and you need to run. You need to get out of here. What about the freaking envelope? Oh, I guess we're going to have to read it later. Your gaze moves the envelope still in your hand, and you clench it tightly. You fold it and shove it in your bra. This is not the time to giggle, Twinkle. You stare from underneath the table you have hidden. Glassy eyes of the dead Oh, God. Oh, God. Glassy eyes of dead patrons stare at you. A handful... God. Were headshots. You see their brains oozing out of their skulls. Blood pools over the tile floor of the diner, and the waitresses are slumped over the counter. Their trays of food and coffee are scattered on the floor. Okay, I really don't think now this was a random hit. Either this was a random hit, or probably they followed the detective and waited for the detective to hand the note over to you to see if it was going to open. And when they realised, oh, it didn't go up in flames, quick, shoot, kill them. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that was intentionally done there to try and freaking kill me. One of the children who survived the first round is clutching at a woman. Oh, God, that is so bad. The woman is choking on her blood, but you see the last bit of her strength as she tries to soothe her baby. Oh god, this is so upsetting. All the windows have been shattered by this point. There is a warm tingling in your chest and you have to leave. The guns won't stop and soon you wince when you hear the front door get kicked down. Bang! The child has been silent. Oh god. Quiet, quiet, quiet. Make yourself quiet and small. Little shit. The men shuffle in, jeering and loud. You can't see much from your spot under the table. Got him! The detective! Fuck yeah, I did it! I knew it! They were after the freaking detective. There's a warm tingle in your chest. Easiest fucking job ever. They move closer to your spot. One hops the counter and busts open the register. Bonus cash too. Deep breath. What do you do? How do you run away from this? You see it is covered in glass. If you climb into it to escape out the window, you make a lot of noise and attract their attention. And as soon as they spot you, they'll shoot. You move to serve the deceased detective. You move into his booth, carefully not to directly touch it, to not disturb the glass. Some of it shifts under you, but it's quiet enough to not draw attention. And you grab Peterson's still warm corpse. Oh god. Ugh. As you shimmy into the booth beside him, you flip him over to use as a shield, and you stand up struggling to keep him lifted to cover you. Oh god, no. Oh, the things you have to do to stay alive in this one. Hey! You shove your butt through the window at the first gunshot rings. You feel powerful force slam into you and into Detective Peterson's body. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't mind, though. He's probably like, well, I'm dead, so it's okay to use me as a shield. So it's still freaking morbid as hell. The blood splatters everywhere, and you tumble back from the window with his body still shielding you. You breathe out as you fall to land correctly. The moment your back hits the pavement, you shove his body off you, and you scramble to get up. There's glass shattered everywhere, and you know you're getting cut up, but you don't care. There's a warm tingling in your chest and you sprint. Shoot that bitch! They said no witnesses! Who said no witnesses? What the... Oh god, duck. You hit something whiz above you. You don't stop. You heel brace when you run, but cookies, you do not care. You do not stop, you run. You sprint with all of your speed and you do not stop. You do not dare look back. There's a warm tingling in your chest. You run and you run and you run because that's what you do best. You run for hours around the city, circling through alleyways and cutting across paths. Oh god, are they still chasing you by then? It's late in the night and all of the city you hear the chaos. Stars above, this is mayhem. Damn whoever started this. Damn them. Detective Peterson. You can't tell if you wanted to laugh or cry. You hiccup to catch your breath as you continue to flee through the city. You can't stop. What are the odds? The chances? Detective Peterson comes to the city and gets immediately shot? No, that's no way that was a coincidence. That was a headshot. A clean headshot. They opened with his death. Got him. The detective. Fuck yeah, I did it. They targeted him. Oh, God. Was Lawrence a target too? Oh, blimey neck. You do not dare return to your apartment until it's late. You're absolutely certain no one could have followed you. You return with trembling legs and an exhausted heart. You barely shut the door when you hear a knock. Cookies. Oh, why are they here? What do you freaking want, you assholes? Miss Holmes, this is the police. We saw you enter. Open up. Why? Do you mind? I've had a near-death experience. I don't want to tolerate or deal with you at the moment. Holmes, the last name Lawrence gave the both of you when you ran away. You don't want to open the door and you don't think you have a choice in the matter. You were physically drained from escaping the diner. There's no way for you to sneak out of your apartment as it is. With shaky hands you open the door and you see 2 officers outside. No, 3. One is hiding just barely out of sight. You swallow roughly and you ask what's going on. The first officer, John, from his name tag, flatly asks you, do you know Detective Peterson? Oh, that's very convenient. You assholes ask about him at the same time this man just got killed. You give him a blank look. The second officer, Ben, from his name tag, said, did you meet with him earlier today? No, I didn't freaking see him, sorry. I haven't met him at all. Why? What do you want? You don't say anything. There's a warm tingle in your chest and you don't need to. You quietly ask them what they want from you. Miss Twinkle, the officer says slowly and quietly, we left you be these past few years out of courtesy. What the shit? Do you want to go? I have monster friends. You will be murdered. One has got a freaking void at his beckoning call. He can freaking drop you all in there. Your hands tighten on the doorway. There's a warm tingle in your chest. Your blood of one of our own. What? He He continues, and you were a child then. You're not anymore. Your blood of one of our own. Wait, did Lawrence kill a police officer? Is that what he's saying? Yeah, I'm not a child. I don't like this. I don't like the way he's talking to me. You swallow roughly. What do they want? It's time to stop searching, answers Ben. Do you understand? Don't you freaking tell me what to do, you asshole. You weren't around here all this time, and I've been minding my own freaking business. In all fairness, did I go looking for Mr. Peterson? No, he found me. You do not respond. You clench your jaw and you give a tiny nod. Good evening, miss. Miss. You slammed the door shut. There's a warm tingle in your chest and you look down at yourself. I should just tell SANS that what you lot just did there. Guarantee SANS won't be happy with your attitude towards me. You lot threatened me. I don't think SANS would at all appreciate it. I think SANS would flip his shit. You look down on yourself. Stars, you're a mess. There's the glass in your cuts and you're covered in blood. Your palm and knees look a mess, and you search in your asses, and then you better since you slid back on to the window. Adrenaline can only carry so far. You reach the edge of what you can do. Stars, what do you do? There's a warm tingle in your chest, and you're not safe here, not anymore. You need help. You need him. Oh my god, call for SANS. Papyrus takes a long drink from his coffee. The skeleton monster sits at his recliner, enjoying the rare moment of peace. Everything been frantically busy since Wingerding set things off. Yeah, he did, didn't he, unfortunately? He and his brothers had to constantly run around and put out fires that would impede their business too much. He understands some chaos is inevitable, but stars, it's bordering on madness. The city is ready to boil over. Papyrus does not sigh. He has too much self-control for that, but he wants to when he hears the phone ring. He forces himself to stand up and he sets his coffee down. He picks up the phone and a soft voice goes, "Hello?" Papyrus frowns. "Miss Twinkle? Is SANS there?" One moment. Papyrus carefully sets the phone down and he goes through the house and enters the garage where SANS sits at his workbench. The skeleton had his sleeves rolled up as he's tinkering with some new weapons. It looks like a big gun, although Papyrus can't be certain. He taps his foot absentmindedly on the concrete as he works. "SANS?" SANS doesn't look up from his work. "Phone for you. Take a message. Elbow deep in grease, buddy." Absentmindedly answers SANS. "It is Miss Twinkle." At once, SANS stands up and is reaching for his towel to wipe his hands. Why didn't you lead with that?" Papyrus snorts. "I'm not your messenger, SANS." Yeah, says SANS. "Thanks for letting me know. I'll take care of it." "You're not entering the house if any grease will drip off you," warns Papyrus. "That's why we installed a phone in the garage," dismisses SANS. Papyrus is disgusted to notice the garage phone handle is covered in black oil. SANS picks up the phone and says, "Hey, sweetheart, what's going on?" "SANS, I need help," Twinkle says. Her voice cracks. Alarm shoots through SANS. His soul tightens. "What's going on? Where are you? Yourself?" Wait, we're not at the Black Swan, though. I thought we were at our apartment. Wait, did my character actually move? How is my character suddenly at the Black Swan? I thought we were in the apartment, because the police were outside the apartment door. Did we really go to the Black Swan? So, our character, in the time while this was going on, snuck out, went past the police, and went into the Black Swan to hide. "I'm at the Black Swan. I need a place to stay. Sit tight. I'm coming to get you," says SANS. "Thank you." "Be there soon, baby doll," says SANS. He hangs up. He's about to reach for his suit hat when he realizes that he's absolutely covered in oil and grease. He grimaces. "What's going on?" asks Papyrus. "Twinkle needs to stay with us," says SANS. "I figured Twinkle lives in a dangerous area. That apartment was bound to get hit." I hope I just freaking tell him, "Look, to be fair, this is somehow all connected to my freaking brother Lawrence. The detective wanted to talk to me, okay? I agreed to go. The next thing I know, I need to get freaking shot. He gets shot. His brains are on the freaking floor and everything. And I have a freaking message, and these freaking guys show up in my apartment and tell me to stop searching for things. And the only thing they told me was, all those years ago, you were a child, so we couldn't say shit to you. Now that you're an adult, we say shit to you. They're threatening me." "I will prepare the guest room. I suggest we leave change before you get your human, because you will not be allowed to step foot in the house like that." Papyrus, am I allowed to enter your home? I'm covered in blood. I am injured. SANS sighs. Can you toss me a couple of clean rags from the bin? Yes. End of chapter 7. Oh my goodness. Thank you all of my Discord buddies who helped keep me inspired to continue writing. Hope you all had fun finding the hidden text since the cat slipped out of the bag now. Okay, hidden text. Oh yeah, so there's apparently hidden text which I will reveal after. So you can just highlight it. We'll have a look at that during Lawrence's route though. So just to clarify the hidden text bit here that is mentioned. I will highlight it so you can see it. This chapter is gatekeeping transition chapter, and everyone on the screen has found all necessary clues needed to start putting things together and taking action. Well done to you. Update will be July, August. Okay. Can we save here though? I don't actually know if we can save here. So I'm gonna go back a bit and save by here just in case. But God, I want to slap those police people. I don't care. I want to slap them. So freaking bad. Oh, gosh. My detective side just wanted to get out and do it, you know, and just explain everything. So, again, though, I will go over everything in more detail when we do the friendship route with Lawrence. That will contain everything. That will contain the scene with Mr. Scott. It will show up all the hidden writing and stuff. So, anything that wasn't in here. Gosh darn it. I hate that. I hate it. I hate their behavior. I freaking hate them. I hate them. I hate them so much. I hate them. I hate them so freaking much. I hate the police force so freaking much. I hate them. I despise them. Everything comes back to this wretched monster. See, Lawrence disappeared 5 years ago, and this monster began 5 years ago. Conveniently. I don't know if they started around at the same time, though. Was Rooney horrified because he realized what the monster actually was? Is that it? Is the monster our brother? Is the monster, like, a creation of some kind? What is it? I don't know. I got a really bad feeling that the hearts are used for that thing. With this one here, it was young, attractive people, regardless of gender, but they always have to be young. But I don't know why they have to necessarily be attractive, though. Is someone like a jealous of like attractive people? Gosh darn it. Mysteriously stopped 2 years ago and then started up again. Why? No, I need to try and control myself. I have to. I'm not allowed to solve the mystery on this one. We solved the mystery on the family, the friendship route. We can't solve the mystery here on this one. But I want to. I so want to. Also, SANS was so sweet there. I can't wait to get into the next part with this and then seeing like SANS' reaction. I very freaking knew it. I knew it. He was being followed. Okay, so just to quickly recap what I'm going to do for this, because this chapter is so small, I'm going to read the whole entire chapter for each and every one of the boys. So Winged Things will get this chapter full, Papyrus will, Ezra will, and Friendship, we're just doing all of it. But the only reason I'm making this an exception for this particular chapter is because it's such a small interaction with like the mention of your character, like SANS is mentioned once, and then afterwards you get the scene at the end. And I don't know if that'd be a long enough episode to like count, or would you guys not mind me doing them shorter for this particular chapter, because this chapter doesn't have them all in there. It won't be that long. See? Okay, so what's going to happen now is we're going to have more if Mafiafell. We'll check the other romance routes, getting them all up to date up to this chapter. And then, of course, we'll resume more of the friendship. Any scene that wasn't included in any of the videos so far will all appear in the full friendship route. So use that as a guide if you want. Bye for now.